What's up guys, Lamar here. I got a tech tip for you today, and it's an unfortunate one for me. It's something I learned after I installed my pans on the bug. So stay tuned, and I'm going to give you a tech tip so you won't have a fail like me. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so my tech tip today is when you're doing a body off pan replacement on your Volkswagen Beetle, there's a couple of things here that you need to really make sure of before you start taking everything out and before you start cutting everything, just like me. But I want to show you how we can go about doing that. Okay, so what we got here is I got a full length pan that I replaced on this Beetle on both sides. Now, one side of this is perfect. It has no issues. Everything lines up just fine, but one side is off. And unfortunately, it's the driver's side that is off. So here's what we're going to do. Today's tech tip is knowing where to mark these and how to line these holes back up when you put your new pans in. So what I do is, or what I should have done, is just take and put you a little mark down through here, just like this. It ain't gonna hurt nothing, it's primer. Okay, now what you can do now is this. Take you a framing square, just an ordinary plain old framing square. Lay your framing square down, line it up to the tunnel, just like that. Come in there and just make sure that it's touching over on the tunnel. It doesn't matter where it's touching as long as it's pretty flat back there. It's not square. It doesn't have to be square. Now when you get that like that, you need to take you a pencil and mark you a reference point, because the other end of this right down here needs to be right in the center, centered this way of your holes that's in your pan. All right. And then you come in here and find out where the center is this way. And before I elongated this hole, it should have been about 13 inches. So right here above where your tick mark is that you put it a little mark and then just write 13 inches. Come on down to your next one. As long as your reference points are the same, you got it squared up like that. You just put your tick mark, you come over here. This one should have been about 16. And then you write 16. Now where this works at real good, when you have the original pans that are still on the car. So if you buy a car that doesn't have the original pans, the previous owner may have screwed and jacked them up. So here's the next part. Before you go in and lay your brand new pans down, cut them all out. Just make sure these first couple of holes are square, and come on back here to the back hole. The back hole will be a little bit harder, but so come up to the second one. And if you can get, just like doing a frame on a porch or something, if this one's square and the front ones are square, then the rest of them are going to line up just the same. So do that, come in here and put you just a couple of tack welds. Don't weld the whole thing. Fail my part. Don't do it. So once you get that in place, then you go ahead, you pick your body back up with some help, put it back down on top of the pan. Make sure the front is bolted down to the beam. Make sure all the holes underneath line up, but make sure for sure right here on the axle tube and the front beam, make sure all that stuff's lined up. So then crawl under your car and look at the holes and see if they line up. Because if you've done got that thing welded in, like me, you ain't gonna wanna go under there and cut everything back out again. So that is today's tech tip. If you got any questions, put them in the comments below and I'll see if I can answer them. Now, I know some people that's put on here that you can take and change your pans with the body still on. Well, technically the body is still not on the car. I mean, it may be just lifted up a little bit, but I ain't ever done that. So try it this way. So listen, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the little bell down below and bug out.